So this is Sabak? Sabak. Got it.
You played before?
A couple times, yeah.
Captain Lando Calrissian.
Han Solo.
Looks like you're having a good day.
I'm a lucky guy.
Can I ask you a question, Captain Calrissian?
Anything, Han?
It's Han, but that's okay. I heard a story about you. I was wondering if it's true.
Everything you've heard about me is true.
You've never heard of the Millennium Falcon? Should I have? It's a ship that made the Kessel run in less than 12 parsecs.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Kessel Run Weekly. My name is Danny.
And I'm Kristen.
And, oh my god, Solo. So, Solo is finally here.
Yes.
As of the day that you guys are listening to this, it is May 25th, and we just got finished, like, I'm not even kidding, maybe 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Watch Solo.
We just got home, set up this little rig, and now we're coming to you to tell you, like, what we thought about it.
It is almost 3 a.m.
Yeah. This is Central Time.
Yeah.
So, woo, yeah.
So, yeah. But no, we're that excited. Like, when we were walking out of the theater and everything, all I wanted to do was talk about it with you.
Right.
And, like, we literally had to be like, stop. We have to save it for the show.
Right. Like, we kind of just stared at each other like, ooh, I want to talk about it so bad. But we literally had to do this. Yeah, we just kind of had to be like, no.
Because, like, I would get started and everything, too, and be like, no. Hold on. Gotta save it for the show.
Yeah, you started kind of explaining something to me, and you were like, oh, my gosh,
Yeah.
And I was like, and you're like, wait, no. We'll wait. We'll talk about it later.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So before we get into anything, I do want to preface this that this is completely spoiler-free.
Yes.
There are no spoilers in this episode, so you guys are more than welcome to go ahead and listen to this episode if you are on the fence about Solo. Please listen to this episode. We will give our honest opinion.
Say, yeah, it's spoiler-free. We won't reveal that Chewbacca died.
Oh,
No, that's a lie, obviously. But
the funeral was beautiful.
it was. They sent him away on a boat and everything.
Oh my gosh. So I'm excited to find out what our second viewing is going to be like, because we'll actually be seeing it later this evening with the 501st and our family and everything. So that'll be fun. But yeah, we've been waiting to talk about it and everything.
Right.
And so now I want to know, Kristen, what did you think of Solo?
So I guess like my first initial reaction, like after it ended, credits started rolling, I'm pretty sure a fly could have landed in my mouth, because I was just kind of sitting there like, huh? Like, not like, okay, I'll take it back. Sorry, not like, huh, as in a question, but like, almost like isn't like a, oh.
Like unexpected.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
Sorry, I totally ruined that. No, it definitely wasn't a, oh. It was definitely an, oh. I got those,
Yeah, there you go, there you go.
sounds mixed up there. I'm sorry.
That's okay, we all do.
It's 3 a.m. Anyway, but yeah, I was more so like, oh, like, in awe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was just, I don't know. It was really good, and I am really excited about seeing it later. That way I can look for, like, more.
Oh, there's so many Easter eggs and everything in this.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to look for Easter eggs and just look for things. There's still times when we watch, like, The Last Jedi, and I mean, you know, The Lion King's been out for what, like 24, 25 years, and I just caught a line that Scar said in it, like, just 2 days ago, and I was like, what the world? Like, so, I mean, 25 years from now, I'm going to be, you know, I'm going to be finding things. No, I'm just kidding. But still.
Right.
But for real, I probably will. You know, in Last Jedi, too, there's still times I'm like, oh, my God, why did I not catch that? Like, how did I not realize this? Mm-hmm. So, it'll be the same, I'm sure, tomorrow. But overall, like, I'm pumped, and I really enjoyed it.
Absolutely. It's extremely pleasant surprise. For those of you who got to go to the premiere or got to see an advanced screening, I don't know how you kept this to yourself. Again, no spoilers. We're not going to do that to you. But, I mean, it's that much. Like, there's so many Easter eggs. It acknowledges so much of the current Star Wars canon. Like, I was so happy. Like, I love it. And, I mean, like, anytime I get to see a Star Wars movie in theaters, like, I'm like a little kid again.
Oh, my God. Yes, he was. So, the funniest thing happened. I'm not going to give anything away, I promise. So, as always, all Star Wars movies start and they're like, the theme, and then it says the title, and then it gives you like this starts writing something or has something written across it. And the first line that even popped up, Danny was like, y'all, I had to like bend over and cover my mouth and laugh because I was about to start rolling on this theater floor because it was so fun. Because it wasn't even like anything like amazing, like saying wise. It was just like a normal like Star Wars or something. He was like, like he just seen he just seen the whole movie all of a sudden. And I was like, what did I just miss? Like, what part of this did I just not understand? And y'all, it had me cracking up. Then the whole time he like squoze my hand to death. It was funny. Like my hand kind of hurt still. And he was just making all types of noises, and then he had to whip back like a seal at the end to clap.
Oh, whatever.
It was funny though.
You just felt left out. That's all. No, I'm just teasing.
It was funny.
Well, and so to your making fun of me.
I'm not making fun of you. I love you, and it was. I think I was more excited about watching you because you've been more so of like this hardcore all your life Star Wars fan, and I think I really enjoyed seeing your reaction more than I did the movie.
Really?
Yeah, I did because just the way you reacted to everything, and I loved how excited you got, just about small things, big things that I honestly didn't even understand at some point. I had to look over at you, but you'd still be smiling really big, like, or you'd be reaching for me, like, so if it tells you anything, guys, there's a lot of like moments in the movie. At least I felt like there was.
Yeah, well, I probably sucked the air out of the room a few times.
You did.
But I mean, into that point and everything, though, like, there's a lot of cool things that are in this movie that, I mean, Solo was kind of the underdog. Like, I mean, and like, again, I've gone on record saying who needed this movie well before we got trailers and all that kind of stuff. No excuse, but at the same time, like, I was not excited for this movie. The trailer started coming out and everything, and it was just like, all right, cool, I can get behind this and everything. And, I mean, seeing it, I absolutely loved it. I loved everything about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, same here. I really honestly believe that I can say that I don't feel like the trailers did it any justice, which I'm kind of glad, because I mean, I did like the trailers. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying like, oh, the trailers suck, they're awful, they had nothing to do, nothing to say, but I just feel like, I don't know, like, I just feel like the trailer is like, just, I don't know, like, undersold it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I feel like the movie was so much better than I expected it to be. And I didn't really expect a whole bunch, just because, I mean, what did we really know about Solo other than, the couple movies he was in? I guess he's technically like in, what, 3 or 4 movies at this point.
Well, you talking about overall canon or?
Well, yeah, overall.
Overall canon, he's in 4. Yeah.
See, got it right. Celebrate. Woo, woo. Okay, sorry. Proud moment, y'all. Proud moment. If you've been following, listening to the show, you know that Kristen is not really up with knowing which movies people are in, or even what the titles of some are. I can just describe.
But you're getting there.
I'm getting there. Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah, we're gonna start our rewatch and everything on that. So we're gonna get you there. We got you.
Yes.
So I had a small complaint. Not really a complaint.
Oh my
god. But something
God.
that kind of, it didn't really bug me, but I feel like it's worth mentioning.
Okay.
So I know how you were saying the trailers you didn't feel like it did justice and stuff like that.
Well, I'm just saying it undersold it, kind of. Like, I feel like the movie was much better than what the trailer was kind of putting off. But, I mean, if they would have put any more in it, it would have ruined it, I guess. Yeah. They'd have been like, I mean, like, we figured that out with Jurassic World watching the trailer. We were like, wait, we already know the synopsis. Yeah, right. Like, we already know what happens. We know how they get there.
Came to that conclusion right before Solo.
Yeah, literally. So, I mean, I'm glad. I'm not saying, like, they did a bad job with the trailers. Like, they obviously did do a good job. But, like I said, just didn't have any expectations for me when watching those trailers.
Yeah.
So, but continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but no, what I was going to say is, I mean, I felt like the trailers gave too much of a lot of the plot away.
See, I didn't feel that way because I don't know, like, after thinking about some parts in the trailers and then watching the movie, Like, I think they did a really good job of kind of misleading us, I guess, is what I'm...
Yeah, well, almost. I gotta keep it spoiler-free. But, I mean, well, to your point, though, like, it's not necessarily the trailers gave everything away or anything like that, but I did feel at times that the storyline, or at least the main through line, was predictable. So, not necessarily, because, I mean, like, there were twists and turns that were really cool that I was like, oh, man, didn't expect that. Oh, wow, that was really cool. But at the same time, there was a bunch of times that I even looked over you, and it was like, oh my gosh, that's this, and then it happened. And so, like that, I'm probably the worst person to go to the movies with thinking about that out loud. But, I mean, like, that was, I think, my only kind of, not, and it's not even really a gripe. Like, there was so much in it to where normally something that's predictable to me would be something where I'm like, oh yeah, well, I didn't enjoy it as much, but there was so much more on top of the main storyline that happened that was just awesome. Like, the whole movie's fan service, and I loved every single second of it.
Okay. I'm just trying to, like, process what you just said. But, okay.
You didn't feel like it was predictable?
I wasn't even thinking, like, I wasn't even, like, trying to think ahead to figure out, like, what could happen next.
Oh, I mean, you know me and my theories and stuff.
Well,
like,
I know, but...
that's what I do. But, well, and to your point, saying that, I did feel really immersed in the movie, like, really drawn in, to where, like, when we were at the end, and I was just like, oh, wow, it's already at that point. Like, because, I mean, it's a ride all the way through, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, it definitely... I don't want to say it keeps you on the edge of your seat, but
it's exciting.
It is. Like, there's no, like, downtime, I feel like, in the movie. There's no ever any, like, oh, maybe I can go pee now.
Right.
Like, don't
move.
Do it.
I literally looked away for half a second to say something to Kristen.
Oh, my gosh.
And missed a part.
Yes, and I was like, ooh, look. And he was like, what was it? And I was like, ah!
Yeah, so this is not one that you want to take a break in the middle of or even look away at any point in time.
Don't even blink. Take some tape with you and tape your eyes open. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that deep. But yeah, for real, he did. He looked over at me and missed a piece, and I was like, ah!
But yeah, I mean, overall though, I really loved it. I really did.
Same.
You asked me when I walked out, 1 through 10, like where would I rank it and everything? 1 out of 10,
like where does it fall? 1 being bad, 10 being the best.
Yeah, and with me, like, I mean, there's not a perfect 10 for me with Star Wars because every single one of them is going to have something with it. But I mean, I love all of the Star Wars movies. But for me, this one was probably about an 8 or 9, I would say. And that's right up there with Rogue One for me, too. Like, I really, really enjoyed this. Like, what gets me is that I'm enjoying almost the Star Wars stories more than I am the episodic ones. And it feels strange as a Star Wars fan. But, like, Rogue One and Solo were right there for me. Like, I love it.
Who would have thought that you could love again? No, I'm just kidding. I had made a mention to my sister, Jennifer, haha, if you're listening, here you are on the show, that she should come see it, like, with us, because she's been wanting to go watch Avengers, y'all, and she hasn't watched it yet. And so I was like, you should come watch Solo with us. And she was like, no, I haven't seen any of the rest of them. And I was like, some things might make a little bit more sense when you see them in the movie. I was like, but this is kind of like a prequel, kind of, like, it's before everything, just about. Yeah. So it's like, you won't.
Realistically, you can be a brand new Star Wars fan and watch this movie. Right.
Like, you can watch this first. That's kind of what I was telling her. I was like, you don't have to know anything really and truly. Like, you can watch this later and then you'll just have a deeper love for the characters.
Right.
I was like, but this is, like, going to be fresh. This is going to be coming into it, essentially. So I was like, you'd be fine. And she didn't come watch it with us. Boo her. But it was funny.
We'll bring her over yet.
Oh, yeah, I know. But like I said, I think she's interested in being, like, wanting to get into Star Wars. So I think it'll be a little hard for her just because the movies are a little bit older and dated. Maybe not. I don't know. I
don't know. That's part of the charm.
I know.
When they went all CGI in the prequels, people lost their mind. So then they went back to the old way of doing things with the practical effects, and they were like, "Oh, this is better.
Right. That's smart.
But you actually bring up an interesting point, though. Like, I wonder what it would be like to be a brand new Star Wars fan, and that's where you start. And knowing that all we know that happens in the movie and everything, all of the little thorough lines and the Easter eggs and the mentions and all that kind of stuff, and seeing those build throughout the saga, throughout the different mediums of Star Wars, that would be crazy cool.
I mean, this one just answers questions. Mm-hmm. So it's like you get to see it all before you know it all. You know what I mean? So like when you watch the rest of the movies, you're going to be like, oh, this is why this is like this. Or this is why da-da-da-da-da-da. And I don't want to say any questions because I don't want to give anything away. But, you know, it just answers those questions that maybe we've been wondering, you know, why this is like this or why he or she is like this or that, or you know what I'm saying, or why this relationship is the way it is, and blah blah blah.
You learn a lot about Han, Han and Chewie, and everything. Lando's fantastic.
Yes, he is. Lando is fantastic. Amazing. Yeah, it was. Yeah. All the characters were so good. Like,
so at any point did you ever think? Which, and I know you're not quite as deep in the original trilogy as a lot of people, but at any point were you looking at them going, that's not Han? I didn't find myself doing that either.
No, I felt like Alden.
Yeah.
I knew it was pronounced like funky, and I had the spelling in my head, but I didn't pronounce it right. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But I felt like he played a really good Han Solo. Like, I really do. I think it was really great.
I found myself getting kind of lost in his performance, with in a good way.
In his eyes.
Yeah, in his eyes. I love you. I know. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
But no, like I honestly, it felt like I was watching Han Solo. Not Harrison Ford, not Alden Ehrenreich. It was Han Solo.
Right.
And I even saw some reviews, and some people from the premiere had stated, or had said things like that it kind of got off to a clunky start, and it was a little rough, and he didn't really get into Han till later, stuff like that. I didn't feel that at all. Like, I loved it from beginning to end. At no point was I going, man, I wish this was over, or let's just move on to the next thing, guys. Like, everything was important. And it was cool seeing Han's story play out on screen. Yeah,
it really was. It was really good. I'm super pleased with it.
Oh, definitely. So, what rating would you give it? I know I gave mine. So, what would you give it, 1 through 10? First viewing, full adrenaline, excitement.
I'm gonna say a 9.
A 9? Okay.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. I think it answered a lot of questions. It gave me a little twist here and there. It answered, you know, lots of things, but I don't know. It gave me that backstory that I was wanting.
Oh, definitely. I can't wait for you to see some of the material that it referenced to make it even cooler for you. I'm very excited for that. And it makes me even more excited for our rewatch we're going to do of the entire saga. That's going to be cool.
Yeah.
Especially after this movie, like I'm just so excited. Without spoiling anything, I am just so excited. So yeah. So I think that's a good place to wrap it up, because otherwise I feel like we're just going to be repeating ourselves of, this is cool.
I know, it's 3 a.m, so it's probably already really and truly happening. So, but it's okay. But I highly recommend it.
Absolutely. If you guys are on the fence for it at all, go see it. It is well worth it.
It is.
It feels like a true Star Wars movie. It's different in its story, but at the same time, it's a Star Wars movie.
Right.
There's no question about that.
Like, I was holding on the entire time, you know, watching and just waiting. And there was even a couple parts, guys, where, like, I had to hold my tears back. Because there was just so many good moments that you're like, this is where it started.
Yes.
Like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is it.
I'm telling you, fan service through and through. It's so great.
It was.
Yeah.
It pleased my heart, and y'all, I feel like if it pleased my heart, it can please y'all's too.
Absolutely.
I'm just now jumping into the Star Wars world, and I think if you're, if you're already deep into it and you've had all these questions beforehand anyway, like, you're just going to be delighted.
Oh, absolutely.
Your soul is going to smile. So go watch this movie, make your soul smile, and tell us what you thought about it.
Absolutely. Guys, we're going to be doing our spoiler-filled review this coming Wednesday with our special guest at Lay Geeky Life, Anna. She is going to be joining us and everything for our spoiler-filled review. Mm-hmm. And so send us your questions, send us your thoughts, your reactions, anything like that. You guys can email us, kesselrunweekly@gmail.com. If you want to send us a voicemail or a video or anything, just record it on your phone, send it to us. We may even play it on the show. But it's going to be exciting. We're going to have a lot to talk about, and I can't wait to see Solo tomorrow. Or tonight, actually, technically.
I know.
I'm all turned around.
When we go to sleep, it'll make more sense.
Yeah, right. But yeah, so guys, if you want to follow us on social media, check us out at Kessel Run Weekly on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and KesselRunWeekly.com. You can use that contact form there if you want to get in contact with us quick and easy. And yeah, so definitely look out for our next episode for our spoiler-filled Han Solo review.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Pumped.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, guys, thank you again for watching or listening to another episode of Kessel Run Weekly. My name is Danny.
And I'm Kristen.
And may the Force be with you.